We're staying on a coverage of the proposed planned nationwide protest. A lot of people, all sides are citing the Constitution. But let's bring in a legal practitioner. What does this all mean, the legal implication of all of this? We have joining us via phone, Ola Adeosun, a lawyer. Good to have you join us. All right, I understand that we've lost connection with him. We'll try and reconnect and then have that conversation. We'll move away from the protest now as we look at other stories. The federal government says it has no plan to slash scholarship students' allowances, as recently projected in the media. The Minister of Education revealed this while speaking during a meeting with the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students in Abuja. He says there is an adjustment in the students' allowances and not a slash due to forex fluctuations. And as soon as they get the balance they applied for, they will make a refund to the students. There were reports that the ministry, through the Federal Scholarship Board, had announced a slash in allowances for foreign scholars currently stranded in Russia, Morocco, and Algeria, among others.
We want to place it on record that the ministry or federal government, for that matter, has not slashed the allowances due to students. Please, this is very important for the press and the public to understand. What has happened is some adjustments in the amount due to them because of forex fluctuations. And as soon as we get the balance which we have applied for, we'll pay them. But for now, what is in the budget is what we can pay.
All right, let's get back to a coverage of the planned nationwide process as we bring in lawyer Ola Adeosun to look at the legal implication of all of this. Good to have you join us.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone seems to be citing the Constitution, whether it's the protesters who say, look, they have a right to protest. The police will say, look, they have a right, their job is security of the nation. Federal government will say, look, their responsibility also as enshrined in the Constitution is the welfare and security of the people. So speak to us about the legal implication of all of this and, what everyone should be doing in line with the Constitution.
Thank you. To start with, the right of the citizens to protest is one that has been donated to the citizens by the various provisions of the Constitution. Precisely, Section 39 and Section 40 of the Constitution are explicit on this. Citizens are empowered to protest. However, such protests must be seen to be violence-free. They must be peaceful. How that provision of the Constitution has been given judicial flavor by the Court of Appeal in the case of Inspector General of Police versus the ANPP. That was in 2008. For me, this conversation shouldn't even arise because we have advanced beyond where we used to be during the days of the military. As of today, we have a police act which even states specifically that the police must make provisions for protesters, to protect protesters. That is the provision, Section 83, subsection 4 of the Police Act 2020 specifically makes that provision, that it is the duty of the Nigerian police, men of the Nigerian police force, to go to venues of protest and give protection to protesters. This would naturally prevent violence, prevent hoodlums from hijacking hitherto peaceful protests. But the reality is that has not been our lot for some time, even since the advent of that law. But like I said earlier on, it is an inalienable right of the citizens to protest whenever they feel that things are not going right. So it is not something to be talked, to be debated at all. No, it's not something to be talked about. But the cause there is that the protest must be peaceful.
All right. So if I may come in quickly, Mr. Adeosun, I don't know if you listened to the former commissioner of police here in Lagos, Fatai Washington, who I spoke to earlier, where he was mentioning a particular protest that even when police officers, were there to guide, you still also almost had that infiltration, if not that they were there to, ensure that nothing really happened. What do you make of that and some of the requests that the IGP is also making?
The truth is this. At every situation, whether good or bad, there's always a tendency to have some persons who would want to capitalize on every situation to create negatives. And it is something that is applicable all over the world. That is the reason why we have the police. The duty of the police is to ensure peace, is to arrest hoodlums or any criminal because of any peaceful activities. So that is their job. That's why they are being paid. So for me, that is not an issue that we should worry our heads about. But it's not worth our worry at all. Some of us have been involved in protests over the years. We still get involved in protests. And we are aware that in most cases where protests are organized, organizers of protests themselves put in place internal securities to ensure that such infiltrators are identified and picked and handed over to the police. Let me give you a recent instance.
I wish we had enough time. My apologies. I really would love to hear that, but I'm told that my time is up. Just a lot to. We will continue to monitor these developments, and report it as it happens. Thank you so much for your time, legal practitioner Ola Adeosun.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.